So hello everyone. Let's begin with our practice test today. Let me just select this precious this let's put it deleted. This are written entry. Besides the harsh weather, the animal quickly adapted and managed to attach. As it doesn't response to this. Not sure. In a game of baseball, if the batter does not hit the ball, consider it a miss. They were so fixing, they were so dash on fixing. So, which one are we looking at? Let me ask you. Fixing. Okay. As the student kept practicing, they gradually improved the piano skill. The secretary was tasked with dash the company's legal paperwork. Careful planning must be undertaken in archaeological texts to ensure artifacts are not accidentally destroyed. I'm not sure about this one as well. After years of success, the business dash fell with time to ignore. Your hand needs a thorough cleaning. So, we can think AMC plans. Right.
My artistic journey began when I was young.
My artistic journey began when I was young.
My artistic journey began when I was young. It's located in the southern part of the Scandinavian peninsula. It's located in the southern part of the Scandinavian peninsula.
As she got older, her love of food became a constant delight in her life.
I believe, wow, that was right.
As she got older, her love of food became a constant delight in her life.
Became for life. Let's hear it again.
As she got older, her love of food became a constant delight in her life.
I think that was she got older. I believe structures with the foundation, or they are the reason of dash system. Addition wall with windows and door. Reason of we can live, we can put. They're the reason of not. They're the reason of dash systems on. They're the reason of the reason. Uh, they are the reason of dash system or function or design. No, I'm not pretty sure about this one. Let's see. Engineers are architect and trained for professional uh, it's are trained professionals who dash on important dash and design important roles who plan important roles and the does yes IGNS GNNG designing and supervising such structures with uh, these training to scan for field PID for problems that may arise and develop strategies to the okay let's see function and design system function and design. The okay, no worries. Hence, it cannot account for the correct or incorrect application of a name.
Hence, it cannot account for the correct or incorrect application of a name.
Some researchers believe that the unconscious mind is the source of creative inspiration. Some researchers believe that the unconscious mind is the source of creative inspiration.
It's a sort of unconscious. I think the spelling of unconscious is wrong, but I'm not sure. Okay, let's hear it for the last time. Source of the
Some researchers believe that the unconscious mind is the source of creative inspiration.
creative inspiration. Some researchers believe that the unconscious mind is the source of creative inspiration. All right, cool. This would change the future and make it easier to produce and sell integrated circuits.
This would change the future and make it easier to produce and sell integrated circuits.
There isn't much on our agenda for today.
Today, there isn't much on our agenda today.
There isn't much on our agenda for today.
Today. Isn't much.
There isn't much on our agenda for today.
Okay, cool. The numerous literary and creative devices used within fiction are generally thought inappropriate for use in fiction.
The numerous literary and creative devices used within fiction are generally thought inappropriate for use in nonfiction.
3D printing is also known as a desktop fabrication. It involves prototyping an object based on real world item. World, I believe it's item. After 3D template is fed to the program, the laser sintering dash fine melts fine powder to the program. The laser sintering melts fine meats. I'm not sure. By bit by bit, to create multiple laser in uh, an addition ADDITION process, resulting this object is dimensional and original item, so not obvious to scale. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, the laser sintering dash fine powder melts or the laser sintering. I think it should be melt fine powder bit by bit to create multiple layers. Melts or fine dash. The 3 main fabrication product object based on the real world item. 3 main template is fed to the program. The laser melts fine to create multiple layers in addition. POV, POW, I'm not sure what this is. Orders bit by bit. I hope so. I'm not sure. Let's move on.
Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication.
Distance.
Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication.
That was good. The telephone and the email are the most common means of distance communication.
Now, the telephone and email are the most common means of distance communication.
Right. An important example of the latter is spotting the partner during turns, especially free spins.
An important example of the latter is spotting the partner during turns, especially free spins.
The app is finally generating revenue, but don't expect to see many, but don't expect to see many big, I believe, advertisers spending. Don't expect to see many big advertisers spending big money anytime soon. That's because the app which dash enter which because the app. I'm not sure if it's app or AV. It's the ADV, which means advertisement, which are intended to appear only in the app. ADV, which are intended to appear only in the app of users uh, unwittingly turn them on. Okay, so this is because the dash which are intended to appear only in the app of users will, I think it will WILL turn them on are the difficult are too difficult oops, too difficult for brand marketing executives to measure. Too difficult for brand. That's because the which are inst to appear only in the app of users. Um, users the app of users okay. They help students and researchers understand the order or chronology of historical events for a subject. They help students and researchers understand the order or chronology of historical events for a subject.
I felt very sorry that I had put them to so much trouble. I felt very sorry that I had put them to so much trouble. I felt very sorry that I had put them to so much trouble.
As word of the new discovery spread, the scientific and medical communities were shocked.
As word of new discovery spread,
As word of the new discovery spread, the scientific and medical communities were shocked.
scientific and medical community were shocked. As word of the new discovery spread, the scientific and medical community were shocked. That's it.
As word of the new discovery spread, the scientific and medical communities were shocked.
Communities. And so
The teacher's latest assignment was different but interesting. The teacher's latest assignment was different but interesting. The teacher's latest assignment was different but interesting. Habitats can be protected through the preservation of swamps, forests, and other areas.
the habitats of
Habitats can be protected through the preservation of swamps, forests, and other areas.
conservation. Habitats can be protected through the preservation of swamps, forests, and other areas.
Habitats can be protected through the preservation of swamps, forests, and other areas.
habitats. Okay. All right, let's move on. A park is any area of land that is dash side managed to, that is set aside and managed to preserve natural ecosystem. To dash the wildlife, to protect the wildlife, and to provide dash access to the natural world. And people access to the natural world. Park, parks do not include land use dash private residence used for private residence, highways, and other buildings. Parks may dash garden, park may dash garden, zoo, exhibit park. Include park may include garden, zoo, uh, sure, okay, could be there as well. Exhibits wilderness, dash trails, bike and dash paths, trail walks, wilderness walks, trail bikes and dash paths. Um, trail bike, people path, uh, what else? Campgrounds and visitor centers. Another kind of park is botanical garden. These are usually smaller areas that are dashed to grow, smaller areas uh, used used to grow in the specific kind of plant life or display of native dash life. Um, Fresh life because it's a botanical garden, right? These are usually the smaller areas. I think that's good. The park is an area that is set aside and managed and protected by right to provide people access to the natural world. Parks do not include land use for tourism. Park may include gardens, zoo exhibits, wilderness walks. What is number six? Wilderness um, areas. I believe it should be areas. Yes, trail bikes and this one could be paths, walking paths, trail bike and walk paths. Center. All right, I think the rest of them should be good. Next. A park is any area of land that is set aside and managed to preserve. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Usually smaller the areas they're used to grow. They can also be managed through public-private partnership. These are usually small areas that are used to grow industry specific plant that would be native plant life. Oh, okay. Plant life? Okay, sure. Cool. The recreational function of park are now recognized as a basic community well-being. Parks may be privately owned and managed by city or high-level government. I think it should be this. People will use park if they are good quality, well-maintained. Parks are important for creating healthy community environment. The park may be privately owned or managed by city or high-level government. And also public. Okay. What is the definition of a park? Park is an area where park is any area of land that is set aside to manage. Okay. What is the difference between a park and a botanical garden? Um, Usually smaller. Smaller, smaller. Parks. Okay, I think it should be this much. Oops. What is the difference between? Okay. What is this? Okay. the data that is expressed, more than half of the visit to the public parks are made by families. Ideas of the past. Should be this related facilities. What could be the idea that is expressed, more than half of the visit to the park are made by families? That's not true. Parks benefit the environment through their influence on clean air and water. Parks and other natural areas can benefit individuals in many ways. Parks may contain a variety of entertainment facilities for visitors to see and use. Because it's none of these, more than half of. That's not true. Parks benefit the environment through no. Answer it is no. So the best title for the passage: the local park and trail system, insects in the garden, an introduction to parks. Okay. Interactive listening. Let's go. Okay, you will participate in a conversation about the scenario below. You are an urban student who is nearing urban studies student who is nearing the end of their undergraduate studies. You're trying to decide if you should apply for a job or if you should apply for a doctoral program. You're asking the professor. Yeah, studies student. Simply needs to share. Professor, I hope you're doing that. Professor. Professor.
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks. What can I do for you? That's a tough decision. Have you been looking at jobs in the field that you're interested in?
Interested in? See, what do you think would be the best? Yeah, some of them are open for other people in the industry. Yes, there are some programs that they have been looking, but most of the jobs require at least 2 years of experience.
That's true. A doctoral program would give you the opportunity to gain more knowledge and research experience in your field so that you can eventually get a job that you want.
Yeah, it takes so long. I'm not sure I'm ready to study. So I think so. Taking some advanced undergraduate courses, I haven't done so far. Yeah, I am, but I'm a doctor. I can't wait to finish my study. I'm really tired of studying. It takes so long.
It definitely takes a lot of time and commitment, but it can be very rewarding. If you're not sure if an advanced degree is for you, why don't you try working in your field for a few years and then decide whether or not to pursue a doctorate later on?
That's a good question. Okay, so I'm talking with this person. That's just 1.50. I'm doing well. So I'm asking for an opinion on opinion. Apply for job or doctor for experience. Um, okay, so doctor will give you a more knowledge and research experience in the field before advanced degrees for you few years and then decide whether or not to pursue. Okay, next. Okay, writing the photo and interactive writing. Okay. So, we did and small it's the recipe includes I answer includes homework and sausage. Um, These um, okay. Something people are not satisfied with what they have. You always want something different. Do you agree? For a specific reason. Some people are never satisfied with what they have. So they some people never happy with what they need. Completely agree with this state. The state is present and every person. Mostly person even was very possess possess every person who never said they were happy with something that they possess. We all basic here are these ones we learn from um, so this gets attracted to build things build or some things that are hard to achieve. achieve. And this causes them to um, looking for something that is impossible to achieve. Secondly, um, um, we should be able to control the in reading and start appreciating the, the things that we already have. This will help us change the way we work and work. um, finally, I think we should be grateful and for be appreciative um, um, and we- oh, how does advertising influence our desire for more or different things? Advertising plays a main role in influencing um, people who believe that it is something that is not real. Um, the example can be um, energy. These things, these weird and so that will get some energy, but the main hidden, hidden, that level of thinking, so this type of getting right, which could be disastrous for 60 people to have and I believe that the population the real products that we or a product should be we have to use okay, cool. Speaking. This section will have 3 speaking questions. For each question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare and 90 seconds to respond. Perfect. Let's go.
What is your typical morning routine? What is your favorite part of this routine? What is your typical morning routine? What is your favorite part of this routine?
My typical morning routine starts by waking up early in the morning at around 6 a.m. The first thing that I do after waking up is drink a glass of hot water. The main reason behind this is it helps me to rejuvenate myself. After drinking a glass of water, I get refreshed up. And the next thing that I do is start preparing for the yoga session. The best part about my morning routine is this yoga session, mainly because by all the different asanas of yoga, it helps me and my body to kind of gain the energy for the rest of the day. These different yoga asanas, they kind of target a different parts of my body, and it kind of helps me to actually uh, get up and like it helps me to get most energy for the entire day. So that is what, after completing the yoga, I start with my regular workday activities. And that is how my morning routine looks like. Prepare to speak about the image below. Okay. Image of, okay, there's not much to talk about this one, but cool. This is a black and white image of a man who's holding a phone with the earplugs. This image also shows a, a tall building on the right side of the photo. The building looks like it is a high-rise skyscraper. I can also see another building on the left-hand side of the photo, which also looks like a high-rise. The man has an earplugs attached to the phone, which makes me think that the man is hearing to some kind of music. And I also see a street light, which makes me feel that this is a walkway, and the street light also has few name tags on it. By looking at that, I feel that it might have the information about the street name or any other traffic signals. This is a black and white photo, which means that there is no color in this, and each and every representation is, oh, okay, cool. Prepare to speak about the topic below. Discuss the impact that museums can have on tourism. What makes museum appealing to tourists? What benefits do they bring to city or region? Museum can have on tourism. Okay. I think that museums are really important to have in any of the cities or region. Museum can be beneficial in a couple of ways. Number one, I feel that museums can be used in order to preserve all the vintage materials. And secondly, I feel that these vintage materials, since they are preserved, it can be a tourist attraction. The reason why I feel the museum can be appealing to the tourist is same that it kind of has all the vintage materials which are really hard to find, and they can be as old as hundred of years. The benefits that the museum bring to the city or region is that it really increases the tourist visits to that particular city, which can actually benefit the city in the form of the fees that is being collected in order to visit the museum. So this is the reason why museums are really important, and they can have a really good impact on the tourism. Okay, writing and speaking sample. Let's go. Describe the last time. Write about the, okay. Describe the last time you celebrated something. What was the occasion? How did you celebrate? Include specific details in your response. Okay, last time something I celebrate. What's the occasion and how did you celebrate? Um, okay, last time. Uh, describe the last time. Which time? AM in the time. What was sitting in my room and trying to in my room trying to read a book. Trying to read a book. Suddenly, uh, when the clock hit 12 in the midnight, uh, some of my friends, along with my parents and my brother uh, rushed into my room and started singing the happy birthday song for me. Song for me. Uh, what was the occasion? It was my birthday. It was my birthday. And I was given a surprise by my friends and family. All of my friends, all of them were sharing a birthday hat. They also had about 3 cakes, oh, about 3 different flavored cakes. All of them were my favorites. All of them were my favorites. And along with that, along with that, they also, each one of them, each one of them had a gift paper box with them. We celebrated, waited by them singing song and birthday song for me, and then I cut the cake after blowing kind of candle the top bit on the top of it. Top of it. My brother
gave me a special surprise. Gave me a special surprise. P-E-C-I-L. Surprise. As he flew from um, Canada to India just for my birthday celebration. Celebration. Celebrations. He had uh, he gifted me the Jordan's shoes that I wanted. Okay, cool. Not talking about Jordan shoes. All right, let's move on. I am centered. Prepare to speak about the topic below. How might certain food or ingredients be understood as representative of culture they come from? Provide support from your personal experience or observation to support your opinion. Certain foods or ingredients might be understood as representative of the culture. Okay, I think this can be complex. I feel that certain food or ingredients can definitely act as a representative of some of the cultures that they come from. Now, one of the examples that I can give for this is the various kind of spices that we find in India. Now, as we know, there are approximately around 50 to 60 spices in India, and this kind of represents the different cultures, the different languages, the different race that we have in India. Mainly, this kind of represents, since India is a diverse country, the different kinds of spices, and mostly the spices are found in India. And this kind of helps me to understand that how can this be linked to the kind of diverse culture that we have back there. India as a country houses so many different states, so many different languages that are spoken, and each and every state in India is responsible for developing these spices in some or the other way. Each and every state in India is kind of responsible for making sure that these spices are available not just for people who live in India, but also for the people who live abroad. As India is such vast in area, each and every different states kind of has different temperature, which is necessary for developing certain kinds of food. And other than spices, if we talk about different kind of foods, I think even that represents the different cultures. For example, the place that I come from, it has a different delicacy, which is both hot and sweet. So that kind of represents like the people of that particular area as well. And this is exactly the reason why I really feel that how certain food items or ingredients can represent a separate culture that they come from. Not bad. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll meet you in the next one. Bye.